I blocked Rob on Cash App. So I'm like, I just want to make sure he's blocked on every single thing in life. This was only a couple months ago though, because like, why would I really be thinking about Cash App? What was weird to me is that his profile picture was still a picture of me and him. And if you hate me so much and you're living this great life without me, why would you want people to think that we still have any dealings with each other? The only reason I could think is if you're trying to like use me to collect money. And this brings me back to comments that somebody had made actually while I was in the hospital. He had talked about videos he had seen of me, like corn videos. And I was like, what? And he kept saying, like, don't you do it? Like, don't you have OF? Like, don't you? And I'm like, no, I would never. Like, no, 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 no. And he was like, no, like, videos of you. So if you were to upload revenge porn of somebody, if you were to make profiles, OF accounts, dating website profiles of somebody, making it seem as though they did sex work and you were having men send you money, you would want to act like you are like associated to them, right? Yeah. So random men were like trying to FaceTime me. Like over the course of a week, like I kept getting all these calls from like Richmond phone numbers when I think it was right after I moved out of Richmond. All these like, and I was just like, oh, it's spam. I never answered them. And then I started getting like FaceTimes and I missed the FaceTimes. I'm like, okay, this isn't spam. Like spam isn't FaceTiming me. So I texted one of them and was like, hey, like, who is this? And he was like, this is Rock. And I'm like, I don't know who you are. And he's just like, oh, I'm so sorry. So somebody was giving my phone number to random men. Somebody has seen videos of me that I've never posted and were like trying to like convince me that I posted them. Like, no, I didn't. But I know who used to love to like take videos of me. And I know that he's ran with the narrative that I'm promiscuous and all these other things. So would revenge porn be out of the question? Absolutely not. So here are some names that I couldn't quite figure out. Karen Young, I had gotten packages to my home with the name Karen Young, and I just assumed, oh, this is somebody who used to live here. You know, sometimes you get packages accidentally sent to old addresses. It's easy to happen. I move so much. But then I started to think back. I'm like, I feel like I've seen Karen Young packages at my house in Texas for sure, but also at my house in Maryland. And here's what sticks out. Karen Young supposedly lived at my home as well when I lived there, but she didn't. And here's also what sticks out. I know one person with the last name Young, Julia Young, and that is Rob's sister's wife, and she's from Georgia. And I see Brunswick, Georgia all over this. And Brunswick, Georgia is a very small town. I know that because Julia Young would talk about it. When Ahmaud Arbery was murdered in Brunswick, Georgia, she would talk about how that's where she was from. So when I saw Brunswick, Georgia, I knew she's doing something too. So there's been so much fraud committed in my name. I, of course, have my socials on the dark web, my name's on the dark web, all those things. Literally every time I try to sign up for an account or anything, it gets flagged. If I try to buy something online, it gets flagged as fraud. Everything. Even though I've gotten a new account, everything is flagged with my name. There's that much fraud done in my name. Let's talk about addresses that I've never lived at, that I supposedly lived at. Teresa Phipps, whatever her last name is now, Rob Hester's mother. My mother-in-law, who I spoke to maybe 5 times in the almost 20 years that I was with her son, never had each other's phone numbers, never had any conversations on the phone, never had any one-on-ones, nothing. I've been to her place in Massachusetts once, like 15 years ago, and I think she's moved. I don't even know because I don't know anything about her. So why, when I'm trying to verify my identity, am I getting questions about Teresa Phipps's address? Why, when I do a background check on myself, is it saying one of my addresses is in Massachusetts? Don't tell me that you and your child are sending my mail to your home in Massachusetts, Teresa. That's wild. Never had a P.O. box in Newport News, Virginia. Guess what? Karina Kennedy had the same P.O. box in Newport News, Virginia. Oh, don't tell me that you're getting my mail rerouted to a P.O. box in Newport News that you also own, that I don't even know anything about. What am I even getting in the mail that everybody is trying to get their hands on? Does it have anything to do with all these weird companies that people are using to move money? Because I don't know what the source of money is. I know that they're using companies to move money because you can move large amounts of money without getting flagged like you would if you were doing personal transactions. But I don't know. I don't know what the money is. I don't know what I have coming in the mail that needs to be moved and rerouted to other places. I don't know. Marilyn Hester, I don't know who she is. I don't know anything about her. I didn't find out about her until I looked on Been Verified and found her name, and then looked her up and saw that they went to Menchville High School at the same time, and then saw her in a picture with his last name posted in 2014. We got married in 2011. He was in the Army before I met him, or in the Army Reserve stationed at Fort Eustis. Before I met him, guess who was also in the Army Reserve stationed at Fort Eustis? Marilyn. So I'm fairly positive that he married Marilyn first, which would mean that I was never actually married to him, because in the state of Virginia, I mean, not only is it bigamy, but when you get married that second time, it's never even a valid marriage, which means I was never ever married to this man. So there's that. So Marilyn is one wife that I know of, but when I was on Been Verified, I also came upon Jennifer Spiegel, I don't know how to say her name. I see that she is deceased now. Here's what sticks out to me is Florida. And why Florida sticks out to me, so she moved to Florida long ago, I guess. And when I first was like dating, got pregnant with Rob, back in MySpace days, someone with the username Blue Florida Ocean was like cyber stalking me. And I remember it now, almost 20 years later, because it was that crazy. This person was literally reaching out to my friends, like saying horrible things about me. And I'm like, I don't know anybody in Florida. Who is Blue Florida Ocean? I don't know who this person is, and didn't have a picture of a person. It was just like some random account who was overly invested in my life, like literally went on every one of my friends' pages to see what my comments were, and would like comment crazy things and tell my friends, like send my friends messages, crazy messages about me that were untrue. And now it makes sense that if you had a whole nother wife in Florida. She was probably mad. And I had no idea. And I even asked her, I was like, you must know who this is because I don't know anybody. Like, I am a loner. Nobody has a reason in Florida to be this invested in my life. But Jen Spiegel, who also went to Minchville at the same time, who you're married to, would definitely be invested. Is this person even actually deceased? I don't know. I don't know. It's weird. All of this is weird.